TBC remix, run it back. Run it back.
Look, it's fine. You know, I mean, you have to get all the elves together, and that just won't fly.
They did.
I mean, now you've got to have. Now you gotta have the the fel infused elves, and the void elves, and the moon elves, and the sun elves. Everyone start to get together and be friendly.
Yeah, also a problem because the blood elves hate the void elves, and the night elves hate everybody, and the blood elf leader is banging the other night elf, dark nightborn.
Oh yeah,
leader.
the mana elves.
Yeah, whatever they are. Time elves? The other night elves?
Only one was the Chronomancer. I mean, it feels weird saying Arcanomancer, but I mean, that's literally a title some of them hold.
Listen, and then a 20-year-old elf ended up leading the army of elves when you have literally like a 10,000-year-old general like standing there going, "Who is this child?
Settle down. Settle down. Child? Rain's only like 25. Calm down."
I'm grabbing a headache medicine real quick. I'll be right back.
Etc. is asking, did I miss Race to World First lore? It's kind of like lumped into general WoW lore complaints, which is basically like, man, I really hope the WoW lore and Arctis lore are like not overlapping in really inconvenient ways, but I actually see it going that way. Also, like, the army of elves being led by Eretor, who's like, I don't know, maybe 25 years old? I've seen the cinematic. Could be 25, could be 5,000 years old. The other guy looks really old. And then you have, like, I don't know, General Chandris Feathermoon, who's been around since the literal dawn of time. Like, no. I've got this. I'm 25, and what is this?
Yeah, don't you know, only true, like, turn of the era events for civilizations only happen when you follow under the leadership of a 20-year-old.
Or, I mean, you know, Lorthamar could have led it. He was... God, wasn't he a ranger general?
I'm pretty certain Lorthamar spends, like, most of the time not addressing the public, chained up in whatever that other elf's name's, like, room would be. She's very assertive. Respect to her for that, but she's very assertive, and he is kind of subby.
I mean, the dynamic is... Yeah, you're not wrong. Not wrong.
Yeah.
Like, mother, mommy. It's like the kobolds in Grabella. Like, mother, mommy, mother.
She just walked up and said, "You're my boyfriend now," and he's like, "Okay."
Yeah, Amy says, she's been watching Slay the Spire 2, and the Regent hero is 100% Rain. I think a lot of things, like Illyria and like the Regent, if you just put them in a bowl and mix them around a little bit, you just get Rain. And it's hilarious. It's actually very funny to me. Rain, you are an original character with your own thoughts and opinions, but man, you do have big Windrunner energy.
How long has Rain existed as a character? Like, be for real right now.
6 years? 5 years? When did we start?
At least we started before COVID, I think.
We did.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah. It's fine. When I write my book, it'll finally be on paper. Until then, we just have all of our VODs. Be like, look, I thought of this first. Stop stealing my ideas.
What's a book you're writing on? Yeah. You writing a book? Yeah. What's in it? Yeah. How many pages you got? Yeah.
Listen, I've just been a little distracted.
Look, you write tons of pages for stuff. It's just here in Forge.
I know. But then I would have to go back and listen to like 1,000 hours of Arctis lore and then start writing it down. I need a ghostwriter.
That's silly. Ghosts can't move the keys. You need something physical.
Although, speaking of angry ghosts, welcome back to Arctis. It is another happy Monday, and boy, have we spent the first 45 minutes catching up on literally anything and everything. It's good to have everybody back. We definitely missed a week last week because important IRL things were happening, but it's good that everybody is back. Also, I'm really glad we all had a little bit of time to catch up. Previously on Arctis, we've had quite a bit going. And last session was very important lore-wise. We're going to go over this real quick. First things first, let's talk about Maginox. The Olive Garden is done. And Kozlo's sister, Mippy, has come to help be the official herbalist for your bathhouse. Mippy has been overjoyed with the invitation and the idea. And now Kozlo's empire within Maginox grows, and also beyond. The spy team that Kozlo sent, that featured Grana and a host of Vakarans, returned from Vakaris. Their goal was to sabotage the Magmarans in their deliveries of slow. And while they came back and told you that their venture was successful, they also brought you some dire. Grana had spied on an ill-fated meeting between a new Magmaran general, now that you dispatched Sita Shardheart, a Lothian Drow Elf, and an Illumi Frost Elf, Seer. Now the Magmarans were intent on getting magic back to Magmara. As you all know, magic to Magmara has been stopped because the Fire Lord Novus burnt them away after discovering slow within the roots. And while Novus once served both Magmara and Karis, he cut off Magmara entirely, severing their ley lines and rendering them magically inert. The Magmarans, since then, have been seething and furious, plotting revenge. And now, they have weaponized the slow. The Magmarans have pleaded to the Illumi about restoring the damaged root ley line, Tapio, so they extend once again to Magmara. The Illumi agreed, but their aim was to control the world tree Tapio, along with the rest of the world tree of Arctis. They also insisted on the destruction of the slow, as it was a danger to magic across the land. Now the Magmaran general agreed to the destruction of weapons, though Grana said he may have been lying through his teeth. But for what you all know, neither party probably even knows the way to actually destroy the slow itself. And now the Illumi elf had emphasized the hatred of the undead of Maginox, and that was in line with their tragic history regarding the undead during the time before Lacari Polaris and the uniting of the creatures of the night under the realm Polaris. The Magmaran and the Lothian elf were less driven by this plea. They had little contact with the Reborn overall, or the feral undead, in their long history underground. The Drow was only intent on returning the Hamaki elves back to the Underdark, where they had originally escaped from. The meeting was adjourned with the three agreeing to the basic terms of the war on Maginox. The Magmarans would lay siege to Maginox with weapons of slow. The Drow would capture and drag the Hamaki Drow back to the Underdark, screaming and kicking. And the Illumi would assist, as they were eager to see Tapio under their control, and not under the control of the night creatures and reborn Maginox. So with that dire news and a short timeline, you all went to work researching the last link that would get the genies of water, the Merid, back to the city of Brass. Their artifact, the emotion-sensing heart pearl, was stolen. In the tome Wangdoodle had within his college, he was surprised to see the story of the pearl feature a few familiar faces. Narcissa, Aisha, and Vicaris himself. Presumably, the three had assisted the Tao with an issue regarding demons within their quarter of the city of Brass, and for their efforts were granted a wish. This is what you discovered in your time in the Great Ice Library, and so you know that is true. However, you also know that Narcissa was the only one to refuse the wish. And as they were leaving the city, the pearl went missing. And the only hint as to who had stolen it was a vague description of a frost elf-like figure leaving the Marid's quarter. This put Narcissa immediately under suspicion, but the only thing that they had found on her person was a tome she had purchased within the city of Brass. Heart Pearl has been missing. The road ahead is unclear and fraught with danger. The Magmarans plot against you, and now you know that they have dangerous allies at their disposal. You have scant amounts of time. Rana said the shipments of slow probably pushed back around 3 weeks or so, and then trouble would begin to melt. It is up to you what you would all like to do next. Do you venture down into the caverns and meet the Magmarans head-on, without knowing the dangers the other allies of the Magmarans pose? Or do you pursue the Heart Pearl and attempt to reopen the city of Brass? The choices to you. Let us resume. Wangdoodle, you have fully recovered from your terrible ordeal about your missing skeleton, and you have learned a valuable lesson about wild magic. But now, with your bones of brass, you are immune to the effects of wild magic, and your abilities have been augmented. And while your cannons shoot basically across an entire city, they are now stuck to your person and unfurl from your shoulders like a blast wave. Kozlo's business empire has grown, and Seaswab has given Dara a forceful vacation. Seaswab, you also know that Dara is... She does not have a surname. She is not a Hamaki, but she is a drow elf. If you had any questions about Lothi and drow, perhaps she would know something.
Is she still on vacation? I don't want to interrupt it.
She will just be starting her vacation, as you have put your quartermaster from the Audacity in charge and have told Dara to not show up a job anymore. Rain, because of your actions, your standing with the Dream Elves has grown. I'm gonna give you a little bit more rip, Somniari. But otherwise, the rest is up to you. What do you do in the city? Do you let the 3 weeks pass lazily by and prepare for war? Or do you pursue your current lead? Choice is up to you.
Well, technically, we only have to wait a couple days for Dara's vacation in, because she took, what, 3 days?
I think you said like either 2 or 3 days.
I want to say I gave her 3.
Okay.
And
Fair,
we
fair,
were
fair.
gonna go see Narcissa for a bunch of reasons. I don't remember every little detail of that, though. We were gonna ask her about the pearl, I think. Explain to her how she was manipulated. A couple of things.
Oh, seems like you have potentially a lot to discuss with Narcissa.
Yeah, we need to figure out more about the Illumi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we figure out more about who the fuck these Illumi are, so we can murder them effectively. Even though apparently they're probably like Rain's only surviving ancestors at this point. Just commit genocide against herself, I guess, is the story of Rain's life.
Oh boy.
Don't think of it as genocide against yourself. Think of it more as like a Highlander situation.
There's only so many of them left. I guess that could be relevant.
Yeah,
it's good reframing, C-Swab.
That can be only one.
So yeah, I think Narcissa's pretty high on the list of people to talk to. Hey, I just got logged out though.
Oh, classic.
Hooray!
Classic. We bullshit for an hour, and now it wants to log me out the second we start.
Of course.
Yep.
Are we sure that Forge devs don't just like watch our stream and just fuck with us?
You know what? Not sure. Probably true.
I don't know what to do. I've been stuck in this captcha for 3 hours now.
They're just getting revenge on like Zarina. She's like, she's always harassing us about making our product better.
Yeah, I'm
Fuck
always
her.
reporting fucking bugs. Terrible. Why do I do
It
this?
says, prove you're not a robot, and I'm starting to think I might be.
Grok, is this true?
I finally blocked that because I just couldn't stand seeing it all the time.
Alright, active party.
We may not always be active, but we are a party.
Welcome back, Rain.
Huzzah! I mean, sort of. Technically, it's still loading. It's second loading.
Ah, yes. We had first loading, but what about second?
There we go. We didn't have to wait for me just to reload, though.
Oh no! Please discuss amongst yourselves what you would like to pursue next. Currently, we'll say you all are comfortable within House Lunest.
Wangdoodle will find wherever Rain has made herself comfortable and walk over to a chair near Rain. And as he sits in it, he's tinkering with his multi-tool, with the gears he uses to select the element for the Sorcerous Burst. It's like, I wonder if I could... Hang on a second. And he's studying that and he's like, I could apply the same alteration to a fireball, I think. I mean, Sorcerer's been doing it. I have the access here, the signatures, the geometries. It'll make sense. Anyway, Rain, so what are you thinking?
Rain just stares at you in horror as you poke your head out of the like pillow fort you and Kozlo left in her bedroom, talking about tweaking your fucking fireball. Could you please maybe not do that in here? You literally have a workshop for this express purpose, Wangdoodle.
Oh, yeah, sure. Wangdoodle just casually just throws
Pillow forts
the
are
tool over
flammable.
his shoulder. I mean, yeah, sure, yeah. Of course, I understand. Sure, they're expensive, hard to replace. The merchant may not still be alive. Yeah, I got it.
Do you actually have a functioning workshop under there? Rain peeks under the fucking sheets of your pillow fort, and like, there's just stashes of bombs and wrenches and gears and shit.
We're artificers. Everywhere is our workshop.
Exactly.
Also, almost anything is flammable with enough firepower.
I like the way you think, disembodied voice in my head.
Have you seen half of Christina's bestiary for Arctis? That's actually not true. Which
We
is
just
sort of
haven't
the
tried hard
problem.
enough yet.
I just searched by resistant fire, return true. Just to piss off my artificers.
Sorry, you were saying something about what now?
Well, we came back not expecting to have like a lot put in front of us, and now we kind of got a lot put in front of us.
That does seem to be how it always happens.
So how are you feeling about where we're currently sitting?
As you sit on a pile of pillows in Rain's bedroom.
Yeah, in my adjoined living room. Like, are you asking me what I think we should do, or what? Because I'm still kind of processing all of that.
Yeah, understandable. It's rare for me to do this, but it was more of like a metaphysical, like, how are you with the state of things kind of a question.
Oh, you're asking me how I am?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's actually really sweet. Nobody ever asks how I'm doing. Not great, as it turns out. You know, imminent army marching to our doorstep to utterly wipe us out, and using horrifying wild magic to do it, so that not only we're gone, but the world as we know it will succumb as well. So great. Excellent.
Wang Doodle looks for hang on. Pulls out a little note card. I understand you are feeling upset, and your feelings are valid. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Okay.
The note card written by Annalie. Remember to keep track of be concerned about your friend's emotions. Big smiley face with snake hair coming off of it. Sorry, worm hair.
On the other side of the card, it was just written "How to empathy." Okay, so I guess I have a question for you then. Do you want to kill the other army?
If the other army, if the Magmarans breach the surface with slow weapons, then yes, I want to destroy them utterly. If we can prevent that from happening, if you have any ideas on that front, I'm all ears.
Okay, because this is something I hear a lot from students that had to take the ethics course, and I never understood why they had a problem with this. Okay? If you do want to kill something, we have plenty of weapons to make that happen. There's still that giant cannon on the airship. We can just point it down, and you just want to drill them out of existence, we can do it. But if you don't want to, then all we have to do is make it incredibly hard for them to get here. The slower you make their advance, the more supplies they got to use, the more they've got to settle into places that they're not going to want to settle into, the harder it's going to be to maintain morale, and you can effectively starve the army before it shows up. This is also really good if you ever had to train a whole new slew of archers or gunmen, or however you want to look at it, throughout history. You need a training time, so you make it take longer to march.
Just a little bit of light war crime.
Just little fucking.
It's not a war crime. We're being attacked. It's not how this works.
Starve them out.
I want to specify this option is the minimal amount of war crimes. Because we are doing very, very little to actually hurt them. We're leaving that to be the last possible outcome. Strange voice of, weird demon on my shoulder trying to tell me that what we're doing is bad. You've never been right. Get out of here.
Demon
Yeah, that's just war. Everything that's being explained is just war. You could drop the crime part. None of that is relevant at the moment. Basic siege war.
For the record, I'm not against war crimes. I was just simply stating.
Look, I'm not necessarily strictly speaking against war crimes either, if the occasion calls for one.
You have how many artillerists at your command? I mean, come on.
Well, I mean, look, I think, I think war crime is a bit of a sliding scale in this circumstance. Sufficiently advanced arcane technology is indistinguishable from war crime. So it's just really a war crime is just like the relative gap between the force you are applying and the technology level of the person you are applying it at.
Yeah.
That's-
Garbella had suggested using Annalise seismomancy to make it harder for them to get here because they should be coming from the ground in several points from what we've been told.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. So what do we have?
Yeah.
So first of all, we actually asked Charlindra before we broke last time. We had requested Charlindra to work with somebody.
Rana.
Grana, yeah. Grana was going to talk to Charlindra to get us a list of a map of the lava flows so we could identify what possible points of egress they might use. So I think we wait for that to come back, for starters. But then what do we have at our disposal? We have, for one, we have a shocking number of artificers. Just a sheerly dumbfounding volume of artificers.
Don't call me dumb!
You're not dumb, Kozlo. I'm dumb.
No, you were called a number. You weren't called dumb.
No, he was called dumbfounding. That's different. And he inspires dumb in others.
Okay, that's pretty accurate. You can't be mad about that, Kozlo.
You are like a bomb that releases radiation waves of dumb.
Flash of dumbness.
Can I have that ability, like an inverse flash of genius to use on someone else's roll?
Minus
I think
5
that's
to
called
somebody else's
counterspell,
roll.
isn't it?
Flash of stupid.
I don't know.
Let's rename counterspell to that.
So yes, at the top of the list we have a veritable trove of artificers. We also have a shocking number of extremely powerful druids. Actually, we have Catherine and Annalie just for starters, but we're also training more druids, and the Vaki are apparently also have some druidic nonsense going on, and I guess the Were-Ravens. So we also have druids. We have a lot of dream priests, mages. I don't really know what the Somniari and Somnivores count as, but they do shit in the dreams. So I think those are our three kind of magical axes that we possess.
Why would you shit in the dream?
There it is. So sweet.
Well, for some people, a good shit is the thing they're dreaming about. I don't know.
But you gotta be careful, because you might be dreaming about shitting, and then you're actually shitting.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you could poop yourself.
So yeah, so next on the list we have an army of brass automatons. And we have an airship with a big fuck-off dragon cannon on the front. But also other cannons that are smaller and also equally useful. And then we have the Vaki Guard. And in theory, we also have the other guard, the Royal Guard that we had set up as well, that's been starting to train.
Could also be getting the cannons and our dock people ready.
So all of that together, I think we have the makings of a pretty effective defense, but we also have allies that I think is also worth calling out unless we've forgotten them. We have the Somniari, who don't necessarily live in Maginox, but they are around. We also have the Dark Fae, who are rebuilding outside of Maginox, who are also somewhat indebted to us and allies. We also have the Ratkin, or the Were Rats, who live in and around and underneath Maginox. Do we have any other allies worth calling out? We have
We have a
your
cult!
kobolds. We do have a cult. Yep, we have a cult. We have a cult and kobolds, not a cult of kobolds. We have kobold and a cult.
There's probably some kobolds in the cult.
We
Overlap is
all saw
crazy.
the statue. We all saw what happened down there. You have a cult of kobolds. You don't need to hide that in front of me. You've got one.
We haven't been
Isn't that
playing
just
Dungeons
what
and
you call a group
Dragons.
of kobolds?
We've been playing cults and kobolds, is what we've actually been playing. So, those are also things that we could potentially leverage. I personally feel like it would be remiss if we took off to the plane of water, knowing that they could show up anytime over the next few weeks. While I want to say I'm confident we would be back within that amount of time, I cannot in good conscience leave the city undefended. Or without us here to defend it, I suppose.
Agreed.
And I believe in that amount of time, even just the 5 of us here, we can all do a great deal of preparation if anybody were to assault us. I think every single person here is worth their weight in gold many, many, many times over when it comes to preparing for a siege.
I'm worth a lot more than my weight in gold.
You
In fact,
are.
most of my weight is gold.
I was just about to say you are weighted in gold.
It actually, that really depends. Are we evaluating on your just your biological weight, or the weight of you and everything you're carrying at the moment?
I think he's carrying more than his weight in gold. It's probably why
That
he's
adamantine armor is
gold.
going crazy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, also, how much was 50 feet of tubing weigh? Let's be honest. That had to weigh a lot.
I think we're down to less than a foot of tubing left, man.
We've
Yeah.
used the final tube, the final.
Yeah.
I remember
But
it
there
being
was a
very
time-
short on the tube in the Tomb of the Prophet. The Tube of the Prophet.
We
where-
used
where you
we used
it.
the last foot of it to make a tunnel for some scorpions or something.
Right.
Yeah.
But there was a time that Kozlo was carrying around 50 feet of rubber tubing, adamantine armor, and just
Did
armfuls
he
of
throw
gold.
up that tubing too? Isn't that where that came from?
That's where it came from.
Where else
Somebody
would you
did.
get tubing?
I don't know.
Wasn't it a bad
Don't
guy
get
who
it.
threw up the tubing, in the?
No,
in
it was
the
a wild
It was
magic
wild
roll.
It was Kozlo, wild magic.
Oh,
yeah.
it literally was. It was you who
He
threw
threw it up.
Yeah, I threw it up into my bag because I was like,
I'm not wasting this.
Okay,
Started
so
with the dragon harness and went from there.
I would like to propose that we focus right now on some fact finding. We need to figure out who these Illumi are. We need more information about them. We've never heard of them. The other drow, the Lothians, I think we can get more information on them. There's a few avenues, I believe, that we could explore that. I also know I was already at least aware of them because House Hamaki has talked about them before. And Laryl knows quite a bit about them as she led her people in exodus from them. So there's avenues there we can learn more about. And then I think we're going to have to call a war council. And we're going to have to bring everybody up to speed and discuss what our plans are for strategically defending Maginox. Does anybody want to add or subtract from that?
all sounds right to me. Do you think this means we're gonna have to go talk to Narcissa? So,
I think we've been putting that off for a while. I think it's reasonable to go do that. Probably first.
yeah, it could solve a lot of information flow if we could actually get her to talk about certain things.
I also feel like with what we learned in the Ice Library, it's possible Narcissa could be, if not an ally, she could at least not be an enemy. Potentially.
A frenemy.
Yeah. We've kept her in a cave for long enough.
I mean, your cave, but she was always trapped in a cave somewhere, right? It's just a change of scenery.
Now, Narcissa, have you been good and learned your lesson? Can we let you out of the cave?
No,
We still technically don't know how to let her out of the mirror, right? Like, we haven't actually figured that out.
you have no idea.
We could probably
Like, Rain
ask-
proposed a possible solution, but Azrael, I don't think, can do it, so... at
Well,
the
I
moment.
remember.
And
Kobold
also
almost
the
got
risk.
stuck into the mirror, so you can go into the mirror.
Yes.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
she cannot exit. You have found out once that she could potentially project like image outside of the mirror, but she also said it took a very large amount of power, and she.
So you would say it would be like a mirror image.
I would say that.
And we also don't... Like, we have the means to destroy her, but we don't necessarily have the means of... Like, we need her to agree to some terms anyway to release the spirits that she still has, the souls still trapped in her realm. So
Sounds
we
like
need to
terms
come
and
to...
conditions. Say less. I'll write it up right now.
And Rain, at
Yeah.
least as the Queen of Maginox, you know that maintaining relations with the other half of Maginox, at least the part that Lena Umbrellas has a lot of sway in, because there's a lot of ghosts that live in the ethereal plane, and also with Kozlo's ethereal den, that still exist. I don't want to say live, because they don't live, but they exist in Maginox, just in the mirror world as well. Ghosts that have come back, but still persist. Like, do they have a right to continue existing? And I think that's a really good question for Rain to answer. Yeah, like, you could upset Lena and just, do what you want with Narcissa, but ultimately Lena and Narcissa are mortal enemies.
Well, I think we kind of already had made that decision with Lena's blessing, in fact, when we re-entombed the Obliteratas. We already decided not to destroy Narcissa.
Yeah, because
as
it
that
would
be way
remove
worse.
all of the souls that are attached to her, so to speak, and potentially weaken Arctis. Arctis's power is ultimately about the creatures that live and have experiences on his back and then return to the cycle and then give him energy so he can, fly across the cosmos and not be consumed by Tiamat. The more souls that you remove from that cycle, the less you are giving back to Arctis.
Okay. So we're already in. We have to come to some kind of terms with Narcissa, regardless. So this is just one more facet to go revisit that side quest.
Is there
So
any
I think
way we could
Go ahead. Sorry.
could we treat there's no other way to ask this. Is there a way we could treat Narcissa like any of the the Abishai? The things we've been capturing in our little pneumatic tube capsules? Could we tube capsule Narcissa?
In essence, I believe she kind of already is. She doesn't exist in the mirror by her choice. That is her prison. She was imprisoned in there originally when she was defeated by... That was Lakari Polaris, right? Who did that originally? It was... Am I misremembering that, Christina?
No, Narcissa was imprisoned by the leaders of Magina.
Right. So was that was not Lakari? Or is that
It
after
would
Lakari?
have been Lakari, Alara, Lena, potentially Catherine.
Okay. Yeah. So technically, this is her version of a pneumatic tube already.
Yeah. You also have
But
her
because-
phylacteries, which are
We do.
her already tubing.
Yeah. She tubed herself.
Oops, I tubed myself.
Okay, so
Hide her own tubes?
Teach me, Narcissa.
She technically does
Yes.
not have a soul in her body to manipulate as such, while the Abishai do. Though you do have the parts of her soul that are in the phylactery. Which I believe Rain currently has Narcissa's phylacteries? Or shards?
Yes. Yeah. I also don't know if that really buys us anything, though, considering her leverage is over the souls in her mirror realm. And I think she would possess that regardless of where we imprisoned her specifically, like her souls. Because we got her phylacteries from one of her disciples who collected them from all the other disciples and was using it to power herself. So presumably tapping on Narcissa's power or personal gain does not prevent her still from exercising power over her mirror realm.
I mean, she boasts that she has Grisella's mother in there. Whether that's true or not. We have a feeling it's true, but we don't have like 1,000% confirmation. English is hard.
So, all the more reason we probably should go ahead and negotiate with Narcissa for the soul's passage, maybe some information about the Illumi, and maybe we can convince her that she doesn't need to represent Vanix's side of the conflict any longer. She wants to be free. If we can negotiate sometimes where she would not be a threat to Maginox, maybe she can be free.
Yep, having her phylacteries is definitely a way to keep her in check.
I would like
She's
her
smart
to
enough
not.
to know that's not freedom, right?
What's that?
She's smart enough to realize that if, we let her out of that, but we still control her phylacteries, that she doesn't have freedom.
Yes.
I think in this case, yes, you're correct. She's definitely smart enough to know. I don't think we should go in there trying to... I don't think we should try to trick Narcissa. I think we should just be honest. I think honesty in this case is the best policy. I don't think we are collectively clever enough to outsmart her in a way that any of us would feel good about.
But what if I dumbfound her?
Oh, well, that's an idea now, Kozlo. Kozlo's now like feverishly trying to develop a dumb bomb.
I half supported, I half don't. There's so many ways that can go.
Kozlo, if that's actually something you're interested in, I think I have a spell you could explore if you wanted to research it.
My God, you literally said it as soon as I thought it.
Yep.
Wait, which spell?
Rain has Feeble Mind.
True.
It literally permanently... hang on, here it is. It literally permanently sets a creature's intelligence and charisma to 1. And they cannot cast spells, activate magic items, they can't speak. Nothing. They're... Yep.
What level is that spell?
It's level 8. And the only
unfortunately-
person she's ever cast it on is her husband.
Oh my God!
This
Damn.
explains so much of the politics of Maginox.
You remember that, Christina,
I
right?
do, I do! The dream heiress
yeah.
on the bridge!
Yeah.
Yeah, the you're not monologuing today.
This makes sense why the fuck a shark thing worked.
To be fair,
that's
it was
right.
it was possible future Eris.
Hot
but
evil future
It was
Eris, yeah.
wibbly. It was wibbly wobbly timey wimey dream nonsense. So
Yeah. I'm still gonna blame that on the fuck a shark thing.
Yeah.
Look, I'm sure it had some kind of residual effects.
Yeah, it created fucking slide puzzles in its wake.
The best part is I hit him with Feeble Mind, and then he immediately beat the ever-living shit out of Dreon.
Yeah. Yeah, you sure did. Don't need smarts to do that.
I can still stab you with a sword. A lot. So I think Narcissa is up on the... I think we have a conversation with Narcissa, see if we can get some information about the Illumi. Maybe convince her that we at least share adversaries, and maybe that's a good start. And, I don't know, go from there.
It's like I always say, the enemy of my enemy is also a dick.
Write that one down.
Yep.
What? I always say that.
Disagree.
No way.
Is the inside of the Olive Garden just painted with, like, inspirational quotes from Kozlo? Just, like, on every wall, every service, on the menus.
When you're here, you're here. If it burns, it didn't mean to not burn.
Sometimes you gotta fuck a shark.
Sometimes you gotta fuck a shark.
What does complimentary mean?
What would the Kozlo version of Live, Laugh, Love for Olive Garden?
Live, laugh, pay me for beanie.
Explosives,
Live,
money.
laugh,
Tip your waiters.
Live, laugh, buy for sure.
Ooh, Live, Laugh,
We
Buy
had-
is good.
We had a version of that poster that I made when we were doing Pirate RP in Atlas ages ago that said "Live, Laugh, Loot." And I put it inside of our ships.
Very
Amazing.
certain that I have.
I have to feel like it would be Live, Laugh, Bomb for Kozlo, though.
Yeah, live, laugh, bomb, or
Live, laugh,
explode.
light a match.
Ooh. He's cooking. This guy's cooking.
Hold up.
Let him cook.
This is your dumbfounding effect, by the way, Kozlo. Like, do you notice what
True.
you're doing right now? This is
I
what
have
we're
the
talking
ability
about.
to suddenly decrease the party's IQ by exponential points per second.
It's just an aura effect. It just happens.
It's beautiful, honestly.
He's
This is-
the anti-paladin.
This has noticeably happened on multiple occasions throughout the campaign as well, where Kozlo just starts saying something stupid and then whoever we're talking to gets equally stupid right back.
Yep.
No! I feel my IQ dropping!
Fumes of rubber cement and brake cleaner just leaving from the pillow fort and infiltrating the room.
There it is.
We're just physically incapable of taking things at the same level of seriousness if Kozlo's speaking up.
Kozlo just comes out from the pillow fort. He's like,
Look, everyone, I made soup.
and it's just a bowl of glue.
I hate it.
Oh.
He just leaves it there in the fort.
There's
Also-
a spoon suspiciously stuck in it.
T-Swab's also definitely in the blanket fort, and he's just doing like the ominous voice as if he's not there.
Kozlo is just like a little like glue mustache going on.
Caesar
like,
would definitely be
right
like
over
trying to hide under a blanket, but like his beak would be sticking out far enough so it's too obvious that it's him. Like, no, you don't see me.
He strikes me as the friend that hangs out with the group because the group is so fucking stupid and he can't stop laughing.
I think C-Swab's mimicry also makes it amazing because everything Kozlo says he could just say again, so the joke is twice as funny.
I definitely like take Kozlo's
That's how
joke
jokes
to
work.
repeat it, but get the better laugh.
90% of the better laugh is coming from Kozlo.
Yeah.
Hearing his own joke back again.
I love this guy.
It's like our last short. Hey Kozlo, what are you building down there? Oh, it's the Olive Garden, it's the bathhouse. Oh, I hope I don't turn into a hearty bone broth.
Yeah.
Hey, Kozlo, what are you building down there? Oh, a bathhouse?
Let's find out together.
One day we're just gonna have someone come out of Kozlo's den. It's like, you know what? I went to Kozlo's den. They had some banana bread.
It's some hearty bone broth. Best bone broth I ever had.
You know,
Ethically sourced.
the citizens of Magilonx have nothing to fear with us here. They're in
Honestly,
really
they'll
good
never
hands.
They'll never see what kills them coming. Right.
Nope.
Good product. People are gonna make fun of you.
Yeah.
You make an okay product, people are gonna make fun of you. You make a really bad product, but you're accountable about it, people
Yeah.
aren't gonna make fun of you. So if you want the press, you gotta make a really, really bad product and then act like you've never emitted a bad odor a day in your life.
What did I do?
Case in point,
wrong?
Amy's Baking Company.
Oh God,
Yeah.
that whole thing.
Uh-huh. Yeah, see?
Sus. All right. Sorry,
But wasn't the
everybody.
whole point of that they were failing?
Well, yes, they had an incredibly bad product, but they acted as though they were never ever the problem.
That's a sense of entitlement.
If you're gonna go on malignant ignorance, you've got to double down on it. You can't show culpability.
True. Sorry to all players. I am going to have to restart the server.
Okay.
No!
No!
Which means we'll all be logged out
So everybody
in
will
about
be
an hour.
logged out.
Progress. Oh man, I was finally finishing the backstory for my character sheet, and I didn't get to hit save. It's all gone now.
Oh god.
Also,
Oh, God.
Christina, unrelated, there's an ice cream spot next to the taco stand,
Mm-hmm.
and I had this flavor, and it's so fucking good, and you need to go. I think they have it all around the country. It's called Handles.
Oh yeah. I've had handles before. It's really good.
I have handles.
Wait, what kind of handles? Hey.
I saw Salt and Straw has a cherry red velvet ice cream, and I don't know that I want to go to Disney for it, but it's stuck in my head now.
It does sound nice.
What's crazy is Salt and Straw has, to me, or it had, arguably one of the greatest ice cream flavors I've ever had in my life, which was a strawberry tres leches.
Mm-hmm.
And they brought it back once after years, and it didn't taste the same. And it just sucks because I don't want olive oil and goat cheese in my ice cream. I just want my strawberry tres leches back.
I had a strawberry balsamic one before, and I thought I wouldn't like it, but it was actually really fucking good.
Chat says
Oh,
they
you know
like
what
the
we
cereal
haven't
milk
talked
one.
about yet?
The
Jack in the Box Dr. Pepper strawberries.
my
God.
milkshake.
Yes.
I was in pain, but it was so good.
Are you
I
lactose
want
intolerant?
it.
I should probably clinically diagnosed, maybe not so much, but
Yeah, but the Handles has this flavor called Graham Central Station. It's like a graham cracker one with crispy Honeycrisp pieces, like chocolate covered Honeycrisp pieces, and like a graham swirl or whatever. It's so good.
I'm being told that lavender and the cereal milk are top tier.
I hate the smell and the taste and everything around lavender. I don't know what it is.
Oh,
Lavender,
no.
I hate it. I fucking
it gives me a
hate
headache.
lavender.
Yeah, the smell of it gives me a headache. And as a witchy person, that pains me because it's everywhere.
Oh man,
In everything.
that's rough. All right, we got music back. Getting the stream vision set back up. Thanks for your patience, everybody.
Real quick, Cherry, just because I sent this to Christina. It was a thing from Tumblr or whatever. It's like tarot reader draws the tower. Me, that's bad, isn't it? Tarot reader draws the tower again. Me, uh-oh. Tarot reader draws a Boeing 767. And then someone said, Somebody said, briefly forgot about 9/11 as an event and just got excited about the idea of a tarot card deck with airplanes.
Oh no.
9/11. Briefly forget.
I mean, with everything else going on, like, kind of makes sense, right? Like, whenever there's like the whole like, September 11th thing rolls around every year, I'm just always like, oh yeah, that's a thing that happened.
I was in high school watching it live, and there was no problem at all. Smile.
We
It
are
was kinda
dating
strange.
ourselves.
Yep.
It's kind of strange being in school when that happened because the only classroom in the school that had a TV functioning at that time was one history teacher's classroom. It happened to be the history teacher that does not believe we landed on the moon.
Oh
Well,
my
we flew
God.
around the moon. What now?
How does it
It's a
feel
likely
about
story.
the ability for jet fuel to melt steel beams?
All right, players.
Yeah, that's
Put on your tinfoil hats and log back into the game.
Okay.
no. It's not even 10. You can't even do it anymore.
It's
I will try. It is only showing me Goblin with a fat ass.
Surprise, Arctis does guava.
I think the only person that hasn't played it is it's Rain, and they'd get the hang of it pretty quickly. I'm sure.
I think it was Rain's original suggestion that we play.
Oh yeah, they just haven't played it with us.
It's fine.
Truly, it's
we
been
enter
great.
the plane of water. We all become goblins with fat ass.
You're all got your own flotation device. It's fine.
I'm gonna.
There was
try
like an
logging out.
opportunity back when we were in the ice library for one of the methods to take us to a just like, okay, just this whole thing, this whole game, this session is just gonna be a guava game. Your worst nightmare. You're all goblins with a fat ass now.
No.
Everyone just.
Well, we
looks
got the
at
you're all
Kozlo.
rats in a maze.
Yep.
Yeah, we got that one instead.
Listen, we just low rolled on our random encounter.
It is literally only showing me Goblin with a fat ass. I have completely logged out and logged back in.
Any other players having trouble finding the game?
I found the game, but now it's stuck at like 30% on. Never mind, it decided to work now.
I'm just at the game pause screen, like the character screen.
Yeah, it was stuck at 30% on loading world, and then suddenly it was like, what's the progress bar even for?
Grapella, just in case I'm in.
I've hit launch. It is thinking. There we go. I am loading it, I think.
Sorry about that. Do not know what happened with the PC.
Mm.
Everything just stopped working.
Did you get blue screened?
No, just nothing. Just everything completely locked up. Not even a blue screen. It locked up into a manual hard reset into a Windows update.
Oh, that's always the best.
Yeah, classic.
When you're
Yeah.
trying to do something and it's
The
not.
chat, stop mining crypto
You-
on my PC.
Were you accidentally forced to receive the update to patch out their small problem of Notepad being able to take malware?
Possibly. Possibly that.
Alright, I am back in.
All right. Let us continue with the war plan.
Stop it. Get some help.
You have an idea about what you want to do, but first it seems like the first course of action, talk to the imprisoned lich, Narcissa's soulblight, who might have some insight about just what happened in the city of Brass, and possibly some other questions to have answered. Do you all make your way back to Grabella's lair?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
Let's not be hasty. Let's not be hasty for a second, because this is going to take time, right? Like, we're gonna go do this. We're gonna take some time talking to Narcissa. That was her name, right? Anyway, I don't know. She's not important enough for me to remember. Anyway, so we gotta go talk to her. So
Us too for like 20 to 50 sessions.
How many sessions?
So while we're doing that, I think it would be really beneficial if we could get as much information as possible, right? Rain, you mentioned the ratkin, right, earlier?
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't hurt us to get more information while we're off doing other things, right? So could we utilize Ratkin or other parts of the city to try to get us more information? Who's moving, what's moving, kind of stuff like that?
Well, we have Grana and Chalindra trying to identify the local lava flows that could be used for traveling. That's already happening. Is there something else in particular that you want to get information on that we can deputize somebody to do?
Oh, sure. How confident are you that you know every vulnerable access point into the city?
Oh, I don't. That's why I appointed Volka to start figuring that out. Although you do raise an interesting point, perhaps on our way, Rain will draft a message to be left for Eris.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does it say?
We're just at House Unesti. Is he just around here somewhere? Eris, get in here!
Honey!
We'll deputize Eris to do something. Fucking king. Jesus.
Get a hold of allies. Start talking to
deputize the
people.
king to do
Maybe slightly his job. It's fine.
Quickly summoned by your yelling for him, right? Eris
Yeah.
politely knocks before entering the room that you're all in. Oh, is it Pellowfort?
Yes, our room. Our room. He politely knocks. So just come into the pillow fort, dear, please.
He picks
It'd
up
be
a
a
Come on
pillow
in!
for
I
his
brought
mouth.
soup!
It's very important,
Oh, he's
important
like-
matters of state to discuss.
He's sniffing Kozlo's soup.
Don't eat the soup, please.
Don't eat the soup.
Don't eat the soup.
What?
He looks vaguely disappointed.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
It's not that soon.
See, it's working. the dumbfounding, it's working.
Also,
my
do you
God.
have an off switch, Kozlo, or at least maybe a dimmer switch?
Yeah, I'm really good at making things dimmer.
Maybe
I knew it
maybe
as
this
soon
is
as I
like
said it.
this could be a side effect of his pregnancy, you know? Who knows?
Oh, okay, we can't get on that topic now. We will literally never do anything. Eris, hi. Something important is going on. The Magmarans are coming to just murder us all. That's happening. And
Oh.
unfortunately, ill-timed humor is the only thing keeping all of us sane right now.
I see. He gets a little more serious, but keeps glancing over at Kozlo because it looks like Kozlo and Wangdoodle are actually having fun. he- Now I'm losing it. It's seeping. It's seeping through the screen.
Well, it already
We
went
Don't
did
to
worry,
the
guys.
computer,
We're
so-
definitely
We
gonna
did
get
it.
everything done. Nothing will be missed.
Okay, so here's the deal. We are going to go do some additional fact checking. Grana is already out. Grana brought this information. We need you to, well, schedule a war council. Can you make sure the heads of all the houses of Maginox are invited post haste? Let's say within, I don't know, by the end of the day. I don't know what time it is, but like within a day, let's say. We'll have this thing scheduled. Can you also reach out to the what is her name? The Queen of Air and Darkness and the Rat King as well, and request their presence. I think they'll be also very important to have here to discuss what's going on. I want to at least share information with everyone and before we decide what we're doing.
Of course, I can absolutely make that happen. Is there anything else you need?
Is there anybody else that we need to make sure is invited to this thing that we're not going to speak to ourselves? Langdoodle, Corbella, Seaswab, Kozlo? Maybe not Kozlo. I think there was like a sheet over Kozlo.
I genuinely didn't even think you were gonna go through the list of everyone and not Kozlo.
Like, I was doing that intentionally, and then I was like, oh, but that's kind of mean to Josh.
No, I deserve it.
I had the moment of weakness.
Do we
And
also
what have we
invite
learned?
Laryl to this council?
Yes, Laryl is unfortunately going to be critically important.
Let's out a sigh.
It is not just the Magmorans. They have some kind of alliance that they have established with.
Seaswab's trying to remind himself constantly as he has the sheet over his face, like his beak sticking out really far, that he can't talk to these people the way he talks to Dara.
Yes,
Like,
the
I
royalty
have to
must
put
be
my-
handled.
I have to
carefully.
put on my official voice.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I'll make sure they're invited post haste. Scheduled for tonight?
Yes, let's say within a day. We need a few hours at least. We're going to have a conversation with Narcissa. She may be one of the few people with information that we need about one of the actors aligned against us. Am I forgetting any of our critical allies or groups? Should we invite Roxy as a representative of the church, or is that something you guys want to handle, Kozlo?
I think that could be
Corbella.
a Kozlo thing, because
Are we inviting Catherine?
Catherine's part of the ruling council already, so she's included in the heads of Maginox.
I think as far as the cult goes, I think we figure out what our overall plan is first, and then go.
Hey, Roxy, we got a job for you.
Volka obviously should also be included as the captain of the guard, if that was not already obvious.
Very well. We'll make sure it's done. What are you going to discuss with Sissa?
Well, maybe we can convince her of the error of her ways and walk away with an ally. Barring that, maybe we can at least convince her that we share adversaries and go from there.
You've slain dragons, taken down genie rulers, and have destroyed some of the most powerful things in the cosmos.
Yeah, we're pretty cool.
But I think this might be your greatest challenge. Diplomacy.
Remember,
With a lich.
Remember, I did tell you this was not really my bag. Really good stabbing things. Less good at the not stabbing things. But nope, here we are. I mean, theoretically, she's one of my last surviving ancestors, so surviving. in a matter of speaking.
In a very, very technical term, but yes. I will make sure that at least Lena is not aware of doing.
Well, Lena is already aware that we need to make some kind of a deal with Laryl, or Narcissa. Blah. Too many evil ladies in your campaigns, Christina. So I have no intention of keeping anything particularly, secretive here. I mean, the only way we're going to get any of the souls Narcissa has under her sway away from her and back into the cycle is by making some kind of a deal with Narcissa. We know we can't simply destroy her out of hand. That's not in Lena's best interest, so the only thing left to do is diplomacy. I mean, maybe don't lead with that. Don't, be like, hey, Lena, LOL, did you hear what Raid's up to? But, you don't have to keep it quiet, I guess. She shouldn't come surprised.
Noted. All right, I'll make sure everybody is ready and there at your war council. Good luck dealing with Narcissa.
Also, I don't know if this is a thing we have any kind of direct involvement with, but if we have anyone who stays around Tapio, keeps an eye on the World Tree, we should probably redouble that effort. It seems like that might be one of the targets thereafter.
The only access to Tapio is through House Lunesti's basement. They'd have to fight through every guard here in the castle in order to access it.
It's not out there somewhere. It's just literally in our basement. Oh, well, great. Then I feel way better already.
You have a tree in your basement?
Apparently, it's a ghost tree. A ghost dream tree.
Yeah, wrap your little green head around that one.
I thought that was just a teleporter to wherever Tapio actually is. Okay, cool.
Well, technically, yes, but other access points, I say I'm not aware of them.
Well, if anybody we know might be aware of other access points, we should try and figure that out as well. But anyway, we have time. We have at least a few weeks, it sounds like, per Grana's report. Now we're going to go talk to a lich about not being a bitch.
I wish you the best of luck. He looks a little bit sad about leaving the pillow fort, but he hits Kozlo and Wangdoodle in the face with a pillow, playfully, before he goes.
No, he doesn't.
Whop, whop.
Eris is a serious man who has serious business that he does at his serious business job at the business factory.
And yet is not immune to Kozlo's dumbfoundedness.
Just a little bit of tomfoolery.
No.
Who's Tom?
Why is he fooling around?
Eris used to for real be this intimidating hard ass until we decided to Flanderize him after he became a fucking husband. It's bullshit.
He has very small bursts of just pleasant things to do in between very serious job things. Like being a king. This was what he kind of wanted to avoid. But now he's in the thick of it.
Yeah, he drugged me into it. Did I want to do this? No.
Not never mind. No.
Kozlo, you're drugging us all right now.
Hell yeah!
You're drugging us all into the muck.
You're welcome.
Mire.
You all leave the warmth of House Lunesti and the pillow fort, and the glue soup, and Sea Swab's blanket fort, and head back to Kozlo's den, taking the secret kobold tunnel back into the mountains outside of Maginox. One moment, please.
Are we saying that Kozlo's aura of dumbfoundedness also kind of acts as like an antidepressant? Is that what we're saying? Is that what just got canonized with Eris's reaction?
It's a little canon.
Hey everyone, we're all gonna die, but look at this goofy little green boy.
You gotta get some levity in the campaign, you know? A little bit of hope for the future. little bit of.
Oh,
Oh
that'd be
my god! All right,
A little
yeah.
less existential dread, a
Yeah.
little more pillow fort, guys.
A little bit of pillow fort. But
When
come
you're here,
on,
you're
guys.
here.
We fight for the pillow fort. All right.
Oh, we should put that on some signs and put them outside in the streets for our conscription campaign.
Oh yeah, put them in the flyers for the Olive Garden.
We fight for the pillow fort.
After leaving the stinking Kobold Caves and climbing up the narrow staircase, you make it back to Grabella's lair. The chattering of goblins can be heard on the other side of the hidden door, outside of the truffle-sniffing pig pen. You can smell them, or you can see them. Your mirror lies safely within, or at least you hope.
Listen to that ominous fucking at least you hope.
Grabella,
We
the
did-
pigs are a welcome sight, as there are only a couple left, and they snort and sniffle around their pen.
Hello, guys. How's it going?
You know, I've never bothered to ask Grabella, but why do you have a stall of pigs just in front of your secret door?
We rescued them.
Oh, so they're not for eating.
Well, we ate 3, huh?
Did he
So they
do
are
that?
for eating.
That did happen.
So you just rescued them from whoever else was going to eat them.
Yeah.
But they also maybe used to sniff up drugs.
Oh,
That's right.
We had to get the kobolds off of drugs.
There was a whole lot of kobold meth.
Yeah, we had to fix that.
so you just keep the drug-sniffing pigs around the kobolds who have a meth problem, and they just don't use the drug-sniffing pigs to find kobold meth?
Probably.
Is it like some kind of a test of willpower?
Maybe.
You're overthinking this.
Cause turns around as you all open the secret stone door behind the pig pen. He smiles and waves, the kobold lifting another bottle of the healing liquid in his hand.
Yay.
Oh, just in time, I made another vial of that good that you like.
The meth?
Stuck in my own pig pen.
Now,
No.
the healing potion.
Yeah.
There you go.
Although that
Impeccable
does bring a
timing.
good point. It does kind of call into question the fidelity of the potions Cos makes if all the kobolds here were apparently meth heads.
I don't think he was here when that was happening, actually.
No, he was bartending when that happened.
He was at
Ray doesn't
Kozlo's
know that.
den.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Rain never went to Koz's den.
Looking at me. Interestingly. Yeah, what brings you back to the cave? I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, we stopped by before we headed out the last time, but we had a lot to do.
Seemed pretty quick. You're quite busy lately. Yeah, anyway, it seems like all the kobolds around here are behaving. Even though we've got a couple new recruits that come in and out. We put them to work. All that
Yes,
blood fur needs a little tending.
Indeed. Make sure everybody's on high alert.
Why?
There's
Is that a sign
war.
of trouble?
Yeah. We got people coming after Maginogs as a whole, and, well, it's the Magbarids, so they might try to use this as a way up.
Oh, my parents. You got bigger problems. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gonna be coming from the underground, eh?
yep. So if we could get a bunch of those maps that one Callball gave me that you guys could give them, that would be great.
The map of the Kobold Caves.
Yeah.
The Magmarons they're very big, aren't they?
Yeah. They probably won't make it in here. Hopefully.
We could give you a few of the maps, but they're pretty small. Kobold-sized.
Oh, no, I meant to give the maps to the Magmarons so they get lost.
Oh, right, yeah, nobody can read a kobold map except a kobold, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strategery.
Misinformation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, that's right smart. Well, what, really now, Magmarons be coming from Edbooks? What about
Yeah.
the den, and what about all the business? I do. Did you know?
We're keeping an eye on everything, getting everything prepared, but, we gotta come talk to the lady in the basement here.
We're gonna make them eat their own assholes.
Wow! What? Whoa! That's
Oh, sorry.
I love the newfound confidence, Kozlo.
Yeah, that's new.
Oh, hey, Wine Doodle.
Yeah?
He fishes around in his belt pouch and hands you a small note. Yeah, a little white kobold came in and wanted me to give this to you the next time I saw you.
Oh. Okay. Hopefully it was one of the literate ones. Wonder will open up the note to see what it says.
It's written in kobold, in draconic, and it's definitely from your mother, but it's not penned by your mother. It's in such crude draconic that it is difficult to read. And through all the spelling and grammatical errors, you read, "Left the cave a while. Took the brood with me. See you sometime. Mother."
Oh. Wayne Doodle just takes a deep breath in and folds the note and puts it in his satchel. Thank you for this information.
Yeah,
I
I didn't
appreciate
read
that.
it, but judging by the look on your face, it best news.
No, everything is perfectly fine. If you excuse me for a moment.
Yeah, anything. Yeah. Seemed to bode well. Must have been from Dixie Brood, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep an eye on that little bugger. We may not be related, but he's a kobold, and I'm a kobold, and well, he's kin.
Yeah.
You're a big, strong dragon lady. He punches you in the arm, just like very playfully. So you gotta keep an eye on the little ones, you know.
I am. He's doing his best.
He pats your arm. Be rough. Know what it's like. All kobolds, you know, stick around there. Catching, mother.
Yeah.
He goes back to working on the latest meal.
All right. Let's get in there before we get too distracted.
Yeah, let's Rain, I got something to share with everybody. Let's get out of this room first, though.
Is the HR room safe? Private?
Yeah. We can also just go down this tunnel.
You sure?
Mr. Tickle Butterfingers!
HR.
You guys are doing great work.
She pats them both on the head.
HR. They go back to working on whatever document they are working.
There's a little area here around the mirror, of course.
What did
Oh,
they
I
have that
forgot.
weird lizzy thing in there?
It's the murder otter.
The murder otter, who has obviously been extremely well fed, is laying on the ground. His bulbous stomach just hanging in the air, his little feet dangling, his tongue lolling out the side of his mouth. Every now and again, he emits a bout of gas. Not sure from what end it is exuding from. His bowl is empty.
What in the heck? What are they feeding you?
His belly is so distended that you're surprised that he is mobile. It's like a beach ball with tiny legs and an extremely pointy mouth end.
Maybe you need to get him a treadmill.
Yeah, I'll let HR know that he needs walks.
Hearing that you all have come down the tunnel, the beach ball begins to rock from side to side, and a little bit of a hiss exudes from his mouth. Then he gets very obviously tired. Stops moving. You can hear his little breaths. He's clearly exerted himself.
Well, that's a problem that's slightly solved itself.
The murder otter is
Regular-
too fat to move.
Is this information you want to share within earshot of the murder otter? Or should we save it for later?
I mean, the murder otter doesn't, one, seem like it'll comprehend any of this, and two, I'm pretty certain we can outrun it.
Is it likely to offend the murder otter such that we would need to worry about outrunning it?
No, actually this has nothing to do with the murder otter.
Oh, okay.
So got a letter from one of my siblings. 6-6 gone. Not like dead, but like gone.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, that last bit you really needed to probably lead with.
Interesting.
Okay, I mean we still don't really know. I need to get an update from the last one to visit her to know kind of what's going on with it, right? I mean, yeah, we had the book about the tattoos, and yeah, we did the tattoos, and then she still seemed like she was getting better, but in all honesty, we're kind of winging it here.
Well, it sounds like she's at least strong enough to have relocated, so that's at least some good news, right? That it took and it worked. Because she did not seem capable of travel at all before.
Well, right, but you know, we can't confirm that she's not just at this point now, mobile biological bomb of slow.
Well, I suppose there is that.
Like, she was suffering from slow poisoning. I mean, maybe the tattoos are doing the job. Maybe it's perfect. I don't know. That's literally my patient zero walking out the door.
Well, I hear you, and I understand your concern. But we do have Prismata, who's been suffering from the slow poisoning a lot longer. And she's just holed up in the middle of Borealis right now. So, not saying that it's safe, just saying that there's at least some precedent for this already. And she doesn't have any slow tattoos. So, I dare say 6-6 probably at least got to be in a better shape than that.
We can hope. I don't have the confirmation. So anyway,
do you want somebody to find her?
not right. I mean, yes, but also kind of higher priority things on the list right now.
Okay.
I think
6
even
still
if we
sleeps,
find out,
right?
I think so. But,
Okay.
you know, we kind of preoccupied for the next indefinite amount of time.
Well, if you ever want to contact her, let me know. We can always do a small short aside and reach out to her in her dreams.
Sure. Let's survive the incoming war first, and then we'll worry about contacting more nomadic parts of our social circles.
Very well. You could also probably just leave like a freshly baked cherry pie out on a windowsill, and I'm pretty sure Six would just show up.
Yeah, I just don't want to make enough that, we also have to make sure the brood's coming along. Like, that's a lot of pies.
I was under the impression that they just kind of followed. So as long as you lure Six, it's kind of like it's kind of like the Pied Piper scenario.
Yeah, but, I mean, come on. Do you remember that time when we slipped into that weird pocket dimension and that nightmare with all the other kobolds?
Which time we slipped into a weird pocket dimension of nightmares?
The kobold one.
I suppose there's only one time that there was kobolds involved.
Yeah. Remember we had, we didn't have a magic carpet ride, we had a magic spider ride?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so anyway, those were not like cream of the crop kind of like elite fighters. Those were just the ones competent enough to start a fight.
Are you saying that Six does not have the most shining example of a kobold army?
Jingling keys might be required to get them from point A to point B sometimes.
Forgive me if this sounds offensive, but short of you and like 2 other kobolds, I've kind of gotten the impression that seems to be more the norm.
Yeah, not to. I mean, it can be mean, but it's true. They're not great. There's a reason that, I kind of stand out.
And aren't dragons kind of the jingling keys?
You would like to think so, but the hive mind gets distracted.
I'll be honest, I don't fully understand how this all works. Like, between Grabella and you and the other kobolds and Six and everything, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, but if you need anything, I am here.
I appreciate it. We just keep the tint going on the goggles long enough, and everything kind of looks a little less dragony. It's fine.
Oh, speaking of goggles, I'm going to need a pair of those sick goggles, by the way, if we're going to have a war out there.
Oh, yeah, sure.
In the dark.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Goggles of whatever.
See, so I was going to be offended about that comment. Like, I can just create a sunburst. Kind of fucked up.
Could you just
literally guided my ship by like lightning and stuff? But
can you just like make a sunburst that makes all of like Polaris like daylight, so we can actually see far enough to like, hurl artillery blast at them?
Yes, and kill half of your populace in the process.
Yeah. Please don't do that.
Rain, you definitely know that light spells are banned in Maginox.
Yeah, no, yep. Rain is at least part of the reason that ban was recently reaffirmed.
Sorry.
Right,
True sunlight spells.
we're going to create a large protective blackout curtain that we're just going to throw over the top of Maginox. Then
SPF over 9,000 on all of our vampy boys. Okay, shall we talk to a so-called lich about not being awful for a minute? Hang on, time out. Is it Narcissa who's feeding the murder otter in here? Is that why he's so rotund?
I don't think so.
I think it's Bronx.
It's probably Bronx.
But doesn't the murder otter specifically like to eat undead, though? Are we sure it's Bronx?
He eats flesh and bones.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he'd be anti-Bronx, which is probably why Bronx is feeding him.
The last time you were in here, Bronx has told you that they managed to procure some bodies in order to feed the blood fern, but they just needed the blood. Presumably, the rest of the waste has gone into the trash compactor, aka murder otter.
Murder otter, yep. This makes sense.
Oh, so as your burgeoning drug empire has expanded, so too has the murder otter's waistline.
Apparently.
To devour the evidence.
Makes sense.
Never trust a man who keeps pigs.
literally the best line you could think of right now. It's very topical. Pigs and a very fat murder otter. Narcissa's mirror shimmers in front of you, reflecting the curvature of the murder otter's distended stem. He hisses at you a little bit.
Rain is just gonna grab like this like blanket thing or whatever and just kind of put it over his like soft fuzzy little belly that's just all sticking out. Just like cover him, like tuck him in.
He gives a few tired hisses and then falls asleep, letting out a disproportionately large bit.
Well, okay. Maybe like get him some toys, like a tug rope or something, or like a little stuffy with a squeaker in it. Maybe like, you know, let him have something to be active with.
Just kind of shrinks.
Damn, this
Maybe-
boy's sick.
Maybe one of those big like rubber cone things that you can like shove some peanut butter in and let him like roll around after it trying to get it. Well, are we going to do this, or is it just me?
Nope, we're going.
Alright, Rain. You see yourself in the mirror. You look a little more tired.
You can't tell a woman she looks tired. Whoa. That's fucking rude.
You see the rest of your party assembling.
Rain will just reach out and touch the surface of the mirror.
It is liquid for a moment and shimmers under your touch. After a moment, your entire hand slips through. It is cold, like placing your hand in a bath of ice water.
Knock knock, Narcissa.
There's
May
no
we
response.
come in?
There is no response.
Well, that's kind of silly. Alright, we all ready for this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the first time we've actually entered her mirror, like even sort of recently, so.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Rain will step through.
Rain, you step through the shimmering mirror. Thing is left.
go next.
Kozlo, do you step through?
Yeah.
Sea Swab,
I forgot how chilly this is!
Sea Swab and Wangdoodle.
Wangdoodle said he was AFK for a second, so
Okay.
probably just drag him along.
Drag him along. Sea Swab, do you step around the murder otter?
Reluctantly.
The chill hits you like... And after your vision swims, your eyes open into a familiar place. A frost-rimed cave greets you once more. You see the river of souls underneath you. In each fractal, each icy prison, you see big shapes of frost elves, eternally attached to Narcissa in their crude stasis. Across the water, there are snowflake-shaped stepping stones, which will allow you to traverse safely. In the intertwining roots are statues of... In their long vigil, you're not sure protecting. They are protecting Narcissa or preventing her from... But at the top of the cave, the familiar face of Narcissa, forever entombed. Sitting in her own lap is a spiritual reflection of itself. Her eyes are closed, a staff placed across her lap. She makes no motion to enter this realm. What do you all do? As you cross the bridge, a single icy blue eye cracks open. Carefully, she brushes a strand of stark white hair away from her face. Her grip on the staff changes slightly, becomes a bit more stiff. You can hear the wood creaking under her grip. Her brow furrows, it becomes apparent that he is super thrilled. But, for once, she does not say anything. Approach. Just the smallest of frowns crosses her lips as her reverie interrupted. Only a single pale white eyebrow works. Curiosity.
Apologies, are we interrupting something? You seem somewhat less eager to talk to us than the last time we were here.
No. Just communing.
Communing?
Of course. The souls of my people have much to say. So I listen. Remember. You would take heed to hear your peoples carefully. Well, Queen.
I like to imagine I listen quite a lot, actually, but is there something specific to which you're referring that I've missed?
She shakes her head and stands up. The staff that she was gripping just kind of dissipates in a cloud of softly falling snowflakes. What is it you want? This is not a social visit, I presume.
Well, it is a little bit social. We did find some information that we thought you might find valuable. But quite a bit more than that, in fact, and hope that maybe you would have some information in return for us. As we are still searching for the means with which to release you so that we can further negotiate, well, yours and the souls that resides here's release from this realm.
Interesting. I didn't think that the Umbrellans would ever be so see me again.
Well,
So you have brokered a deal with them? Do they accept, or have you crushed them under your heel and have merely told them what your will is?
as I said, we don't have the means to free you at the moment, so no such deal has been laid out.
Then I'll be
But when
blunt.
time-
What is in it for me?
Well, we know quite a bit more about your past. Some of your past, perhaps, that you've forgotten. Or even details about it with which you were lied to.
I have forgotten nothing. Memories I have in the memories of my people resonate strongly in my mind. What information could you possibly have? And why have you come here to torment me?
I have not come here to torment you. Do you not wish to know every ounce of information I can provide to you?
Only
Certainly
if it
no, as-
involves my freedom. If you cannot manage that, Queen, then we might have little to talk about. So I will let you speak.
Well, it doesn't directly concern your freedom, though we could get there. But I suspect that it directly involves your imprisonment and how you came to be here. Is that interesting to you?
You were going to tell me a tale of my own imprisonment. I'm honestly curious. Go on. Tell me what I already don't know.
Well, what do you know of Vanix?
Her lip curls. Her tender dragon with higher ambition and lower skill necessary. Why, what does the arrogant dragon want?
Well, the arrogant dragon is dead.
She looks genuinely surprised. And you all? You brought him to heal? The Lord of Nightmares?
Yep.
We did. But while we were there, we were privy to quite a bit of information about his various machinations over the eons. And it would seem that there were many people that he affected with his power, misrepresenting reality. In fact, he had quite a bit of fond memories of you, Narcissa.
Impossible. She does not say it confidently.
Can you refresh my memory, Christina? He was specifically like masquerading as somebody to her, right? In the memories that we saw?
Give me one
It's been
second.
a really long time.
Yeah,
trying
that's
to
what
remember
I'm
the specific details. Like, because we never made it back to like give her that information, because I think we thought we were going to come up with a way to free her before then, or like sooner. So it's just been a while. I'm just trying to like, I've dug up my notes and my notes are sparse. It's
here is what he had. Narcissa Soulblight, a delightful tool. I whispered false visions into her dreams, painted her icy, peaceful world in lies. I showed her a twisted path where the fear of Arctis, traversing the plains to escape Tiamat's hunger, would destroy all she held dear. And she was all too eager to bathe in blood, to amass a desperate vestige of power, in order to topple Arctis's last line of defense, the Ascended. The fool thought she was saving her people, but all she did was shatter her own reputation and get imprisoned by idealistic fools. A pity.
okay, that's right. It was specifically that he's the one who convinced her that she couldn't travel beyond Arctis anymore, right? Like, because that was one of the things she was upset about last time we talked to her, is that Arctis keeps people from like planar travel like the Astral Elves are used to, so that's why she got upset.
Yeah, and he basically painted that the Ascended were keeping people inside the astral plane, inside Arctis. So they essentially could not escape. That the Ascended were more like jailers, wardens.
Which is not at all anything that Arctis or them are doing, which is what we found out.
In a sense, yes, in a sense, no. Sorry, what was that, Kozlo?
It's just said, yeah, we've been to like 3 planes this week.
The Ascended's role is definitely keeping things out, but also, if things are to traverse the astral, it can bring attention to Arctis. So it's not like what he was saying was entirely a lie, but it is curious as like if something from Tiamat caught wind of something that was leaving Arctis' astral plane, it could lead back to him. So it's not entirely a lie, but it's not entirely true. He just painted it in a way that it seemed entirely negative.
Trying to think about how that can even be framed in a way that makes sense. Ideas, guys? Anybody?
Vanix was not necessarily all about using completely outward lies. There was also always a tinge of truth in it, which made it believable. But the Ascended definitely seem to like things going into the astral plane, lest they draw more attention to Arctis' high spot. But that's kind of anathema to an astral elf who traverses the cosmos. But for something that's trying to hide from something that's a much bigger and a much more dangerous threat, even though Tiamat is still bound to the 9 hells, it just holds a smidge of truth. To most people, the Ascended keep the bad things out. And they don't really hear about keeping things in. And, not a lot of, at least Rain, not a lot of people have access to the astral. For most people, that is something that they've never even heard of. But it opens up an entire galaxy, an entire cosmos, other more dangerous things. Potentially turn their great eyes upon you. And you're really the only one who would understand this, considering your lineage.
So there's not like there's a bubble around Arctis. A sufficiently powerful enough person would be able to traverse the astral just fine and cover their tracks as necessary.
There is some sort of protective ward around Arctis, but the true nature of it, you have not been able to divulge.
Okay.
Either it helps keep Arctis hidden from external cosmic forces, or it keeps things inside, like Vanix has said. You do not really know them.
Gotcha.
You've heard of bubbles like this, but they usually are on a much smaller scale, surrounding ships as they traverse the harsh environment of the cosmos. But around an entire cosmic being, it's not impossible. Just the sheer amount of power you would need. The gears in your head start turning, the understanding of why Arctis keeps souls upon its back.
So what is the difference then in her explanation of how the souls are being, her and Vanix's explanation in terms of how the souls are trapped, and our understanding of how they actually are not trapped, like they just are part of a cycle?
From what you've been told, the everything that exists on Arctis' back and lives through a life cycle goes back to Arctis in the great library of his mind, and it allows him to gain greater knowledge so he can continue to hide from things that might hunt him across the cosmos, mainly Tiamat. But that power is returned to Arctis, and then things are, reborn after their energy is returned to Arctis after a cycle. It's just everything becomes like a mishmash of energy and power in a central source, which is visible in the Aurora Borealis. The stronger the Aurora Borealis is around Arctis, that's like the river of souls that kind of surrounds Arctis. And many people believe that the Borealis is like the energy of those that have been here. So people live their lives, they have experiences, they go back to Arctis, they have their rest, and then Arctis gifts new life eventually. It is a great circle of energy. That is kind of the vague gist of it. Some people see it much more reverently. Some people see Arctis as a very large cosmic parasite, using souls and then giving back minuscule tidbits of power. It takes much less energy to begin a life than it is to sustain one. And it is ultimately kind of hard to frame it in a way that Narcissa might be okay with, because it really depends on how you look at it. Are you all prisoners on Arctis? Or are you just a part of a great cosmic cycle, beholden to a being that is bigger and more powerful than you? Or is he a protector? And a giver of life?
Yeah, I guess I thought it was a lot clearer that Vanix was dishonest when we had this revelation, but that all sounds exactly like what we've been talking about for a really long time, so that's not really helpful in this scenario, I guess, at all. Fuck it, I don't know. Sorry, Narcissa. Sorry to waste your time. Peace.
Why don't I? It's easier for you. Why don't you just tell me what's on your mind?
Well, I might be pregnant.
That's what we need. We need Kozlo to dumb her down a little bit now.
Congratulations. She says flatly.
Oh, come now. If Eris isn't immune, you aren't either, Narcissa.
You come to me for something. Tell me of the dragon's demise.
Well, he had a lot of nightmare scenarios that he was trying to alter various moments of history to be more nightmarish, and through the hopes that the nightmare would perpetuate through Arctis himself and perhaps even change reality. Some of those involved you. One of those in particular involved the fall of Asir. We saw what happened, what actually happened, and what Vanix tried to alter it, how he tried to alter it. The creation of the slow.
So, you saw Tessa Polcanus rip open the rifts and send the cosmos crashing down upon Seer. That it?
No, actually, that's not what happened. Actually, what happened was Tessa was trying to prevent the use of the spell plague procured somewhere else from some other world. And Tiamat actually found Arctis in that moment and attacked. The slow, as it turns out, is actually a mixture of two things. The venom of Tiamat mixed with the spell plague itself. And it was enough to cause what we know of as the volcanic explosion that Tessa's been rather absurdly accredited with performing. Such a feat of magic is actually not anything she was capable of. She actually had nothing to do with it, it turns out. She just happened to be present. But that moment is exactly what gave Vanix the power to affect events downstream. It sent Arctis into his current state, and it sent Tiamat reeling as well, and it allowed Vanix to usurp a little bit of power, a lot of bit of power over both of them, leading us to the current set of circumstances that we all find ourselves in now.
Tessa
We also saw-
was
Go
a
ahead.
powerful Illumi sorceress at one point. Did you know that?
You know, it's funny you mentioned that. Up until literally today, I had never heard of an Illumi before in my life.
It is the original.
And now I've heard about it twice.
It is the name of my people, the Frost Elves, just in our native tongue. For most, it is merely easier to call them Frost Elves. They are no more.
Are you sure about that? In fact, how sure are you that there are no more Frost Elves?
She gestures at the icy river. Merely the ones that I have managed to save. When I am free, I'll take them away from this cursed place. After I destroy the Ascended.
Well, we have reason to believe there's some still around.
Impossible. If there was a single Illumi still alive, I would be aware of it.
How would you be aware of it? From in here?
She gestures once again at her people. They would know. I would know.
Why? You're all imprisoned in here the same way. You don't have any extrasensory abilities beyond this mirror other than what your phylactery provides. How would you
she's
know?
becoming visibly agitated. Grits her teeth, bares a little bit of fang, and yells, I would know! Stands up, slamming a foot onto the ground. A little bit of snow kind of kicks up around her.
What if they don't want you to know? Could they stop you from knowing?
We're not trying to harass you, for the record. We're trying to figure out what we're mutually dealing with here.
Why would you come here and try and fill my head with such lies?
Well, there are Lumi who are trying currently to destroy Tapio and Maginox. And they have orchestrated quite the little alliance of slow users to do so. That's why we came here. Because you're the only ice elf we know living, well, in a matter of speaking.
Impossible. She sits down.
We wouldn't be distressing you about this unless we truly believed this was happening. We want to figure a couple of things out, things that would ultimately benefit you, but
Yeah, if there's one thing we're very good at, it's never coming in here. So we wouldn't have come in here if we didn't have a reason to come in here.
he's kind of right, though. You have to understand we're not pulling your leg, or we didn't want to come back here until we truly knew what we were gonna do to get you out, but we got some half measures and some things we want to talk about, and figuring out who this woman is or where she could have come from and how you don't know about her all helps us figure a lot out.
They do seem to know an awful lot about the slow as well.
It's just impossible. He sighs and looks up at Grabella. Every time I look at you, I see your mother.
I know you two spent a lot more time together than I realize now, which is a lot because I didn't have those memories.
Memories, they make us what we are. As history.
Can I ask you something? Why didn't you take your wish?
I didn't trust the Tao, even though they were Arnisha's blood. I've done enough studying to know that wishes are like
Horses!
Yes, part desire, part consequence. No wish resolves exactly. It seems. Does not create something from nothing. Merely summons desire. If you wish for a most powerful magical weapon in order for you to be a great wizard, it merely takes it from someone else. It is literal. It does not understand concepts, hierarchy. It just merely takes. I do not trust the double-sided nature. And besides, when I went to the City of Brass, I got what I came for and desired little more.
That's
Actually,
another
good
question. Yeah, go ahead.
What did you get from the City of Brass? Was it the tome or was it something else?
She tilts her head. How do you know?
Yeah, we've been real busy the entire time we've been spending not coming in here.
So it was the tome then. That was your reward from the City of Brass. And not the pearl.
As I told the Merid, they investigated, did not want precious pearl. I had not even heard of it till they accused me of stealing it. I showed them everything on my person, and the Tao even defended me. Without
Do you
proof.
know who did steal it? Surely you have your suspicions.
I do not. Aside from being accused of such petty thievery, I did not care for the Merid's trials, tribulations.
Were there still any Illumi around at that time, or were you already at that point the last, as far as you're aware?
No, there were Illumi. She, seems very hesitant about telling you the contents of the tome.
Rain's already hypothesized what the contents of the tome are, so was not concerned about it.
Yeah.
The tome was my higher purpose for visiting the City of Brass, in order to save my people from a fate worse than death.
Your tome is what made you this, I presume? What has preserved their souls in the state they are in?
She purses her lips. A clever elf.
It was kind of obvious, if we're being honest. Like, you're a wizard, I'm a wizard. Like, we understand certain things are, within the realm of possibility after a certain point. But I'm not really interested in the tome. I'm interested in who stole the pearl, who framed you. Very obviously took it as an opportunity to cast aspersions on you in that moment to get away from themselves. What Illumi would have been powerful enough at that time to evade you, and presumably evade you still? She's a woman, if it helps.
Yeah.
Yay high, white hair, blue eyes, which I feel is saying medium build, brown hair, white male, but when it comes to Illumi, but you know what I'm saying.
There were no frost elves that eclipsed myself in power. Hence my desire to get my hands on the tome and to ensure my people's, to ensure that their memories were forever preserved.
As I'm sure you're aware, power is not absolute, and it does not require somebody more powerful simply to hide or evade the effects of magic or the sight of a mage. there's lesser magic that does that rather effectively.
The only one more influential, more potentially rivaling my own magic, would have been our own queen. Nirvala Illuria.
Vala. She have a thing for snowflakes all over her clothes.
Is quiet. Common for Illuri to have embroidery. Snowflakes upon their person.
Well,
It sounds like she actually just... She wants to say yes, but doesn't want to.
she doesn't want to admit it to
She
herself.
doesn't want to admit it, yeah.
Yeah.
But she and the rest of the kingdom are long gone.
Did
Do you think-
Ravala have a heart-shaped box?
God damn it.
Did she smell like anything in particular? Like, I don't know, bean spirit?
Kozlo, you're doing your thing again.
Oh, sorry.
Well, okay. This can be really easy, perhaps. If Nirvala is dead, shouldn't she be here? You surely know every single soul trapped in this realm.
He was not able to save all of them.
Is it possible you weren't able to save all of them because some of them did not want to be saved? Or because they were not available for whatever magics you utilized?
What are you saying? That my own memories are false? That I
Well,
have been deceived this entire time?
well, I sort of did lead with that one, but then you were really feisty about it, so I thought we'd maybe go about it another way.
We do think Phoenix was messing with your head quite a bit.
And to be fair, Vanix was messing with a lot of people's heads. Quite a bit.
Yeah, we don't
He's messed with my own head, in fact.
blame you.
Twice.
Yeah.
He was an asshole, and now he's dead. And he's never coming back.
Am I? Vanix was the one we fought at the end of the Great Library thing, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was the nightmare dragon.
After all the Metfits, and then we met Arctis after it.
Kozlo will hold up a finger to correct and then think better of it and put his hand back down.
Wait, didn't you steal a fragment of his soul?
He's literally in the book that Kozlo is carrying with him right now.
I'll let Rain have that thought. I don't think that would occur to Gravella.
I don't know that Rain, well, I mean, Rain's pretty smart. She probably puts two and two together, but I don't think she would call Kozlo out unless he wanted to volunteer that information.
Yeah.
Because also, Rain's familiar with Soulcraft. Soulcraft is somewhat common, actually, where she's from, but it's kind of poo-pooed here, so.
It would be one of those Kozlo thought about bragging about something for a second, but then didn't. But maybe it reminds others that has occurred. So if it becomes useful over the course of the conversation, maybe that's a card we could pull.
It's conspicuous in that Kozlo did not say the first thing that popped into his mind. You actually see him withhold something for a change.
Sorry, I'm just trying not to do the thing.
That's really weird that you would just immediately respond to feedback like that and put it immediately into action. Oh.
But
Read any good books lately?
I don't know that I don't know that would help in this scenario.
I think she believes that we killed him.
Yeah, but there's something to Narcissa. you have mastery over your memories and the memories of the people trapped here, right?
Yes, but you're making me second guess things. How can I trust if my own memories are false? When I went to the city of Brass, my only goal was to get a single tome that taught an ancient ritual, allow a single person gain the memories to become the keeper of memories of their people, much like what Arctis does for all those that sit on his back. It was my intention to free my own people from becoming tome than a much more larger cosmic creature that was not a frost elf themselves. I wanted to become keeper of the frost elves' memories. They would never become painted nor referenced. They would remain private, kept by myself.
Who wrote that tome?
An ancient astral elf that has traveled the stars, just like my people, just like your people once did.
Do you know that for sure, that that's who wrote it?
It is presumed, but the knowledge was true. We performed the ritual.
That may be. You performed a ritual that behaved exactly like you expected it to until now we've had this conversation. Who told you about the tome?
Queen Elluria.
So she, the queen of the Ice Elves, told you about this thing so that you could be the memory of her people?
I was the only one strong enough, arcane arts, talented, the only one with the capacity. It's told me I was the only one who could possibly do it.
Sounds like it means you were the one she wanted to do it.
She was a part of the ritual.
Is it possible, here's an entirely other wrinkle, is it possible that she, being a part of your ritual, was able to manipulate it?
But why? Why would she do such a thing? To risk the memory of the entire Frost Elven people with the undead gnawing at our doors. It's foolish.
I can't answer that fully. Other than to say, we know that Vanix has manipulated numerous people and their memories over the eons. And also to say, it wouldn't be the first time that a powerful, confident mage was feared by her own people. Or specifically the people who have power.
Maybe she put you in here to get you out of the way. Because we're pretty confident she's around and she's causing trouble for us now.
She is coming to destroy Maginox. She is coming for Tapio. And I know you don't particularly care about Maginox, though I think you could have a place here in time, if you chose.
Under the right circumstances, we would like to figure that out.
I just don't understand. Every memory, every soul in my head is screaming at me that she is dead. Long gone. And so is our kingdom. Taken over, rampaged by the undead. Only Vicaris managed to save. He took the wish. He beseeched Novus, got the obliteratus. And was not enough. He became Baelnorn, a keeper of our people. An undead.
It's either a really, really big coincidence or it's still somebody out there that's a frost elf doing this. But I would be surprised if it's a coincidence, and I think you would be too.
I understand you would not come here to just spout lies to merely torment me. There's purpose behind your words. But it is hard to comprehend. So many things in my head, every memory is remembering the crumbling of our palaces, the undead pouring through the walls. That is truth.
It probably is, Narcissa. I don't want you to doubt everything about yourself and your existence, although I know in the moment it's very hard.
To. Yeah.
If you wish, there are people in Maginox who could help you, who could help sort through your memories, help you better understand them, organize them, know what's real and what's not. I'm not even offering this as a bargaining chip. I'm offering it to you because that's what we do. I don't think I am adept enough in the dreaming to do it myself, but Alara could. And I know you have no reason to trust Alara. Except perhaps this could be a stepping stone to a better future for both of our peoples.
If my memories are false, then I must know who has clouded them. But I have taken much from Maginox, and there is little love for me there. Why would they help me after I've caused them so much sorrow?
Well, I would like to say because I'm the queen, but also because Maginox is a home for people who have been misled and misguided. We're trying to find a better way.
Let people fix things.
Too many people have tried to fix things on their own misguided ways for too long, and everything's broken. The world is broken. It's breaking. Arctis is dying. And as much as you previously, at least, would have loved that outcome, I assure you it would not have been good for you or your people either. We have to find a way forward together. And as much as I would love to not go to war and kill a bunch more people, I am willing to defend that ideal, that dream, and spill blood if necessary. But maybe, in exchange for helping you sort through your memories, understand what is false, who misled them, you could give us everything we need to know, everything you can possibly give us to prepare for what's coming. Maybe even find a peaceful solution.
Oh, there will be no peace. There's those who have tainted the memories of my people. Not just mine. Everyone affected. I will not have mercy for them.
Well, I'm not above war crimes, as I've already stated to everybody assembled here, so if that's what it comes down to, it's what it comes down to. But
If you say the Illumi are alive, are plotting against Maginox in order to gain control of the world tree, the Illumi have long been powerful sorcerers, wizards with knowledge that spans the cosmos. Having them take control over the world trees, it's concerning, to say the least. Though understandable, long thought that should be the guardians of magic, that the lesser races were not worthy of such power, not unchecked. So, congregating, collecting it into one singular pot, also anathema. We were always a guiding hand, not a fist of control.
Kinda sounds like now we understand why she wanted you out of the way.
she definitely wants control over the world trees. And she also fears the Magmaran's use of the slow weapons. Part of her deal with them was contingent that they would destroy their slow weapons when everything was done. But I don't think they can. I don't think any of them know how. So control over magic definitely seems like well, at least one of her angles.
At the very least, I must know the truth, lest my entire experience be irrelevant. I sacrificed so much to protect the memory of my people, prevent them from becoming just a footnote, accessed by anyone with the desire to be curious about someone's entire life. Imagine, once you are gone, every moment of your life put upon paper, all your personal moments or private thoughts available for anyone to read, should not be knowledge that just anyone has access to.
Yep, we saw that. I don't think it's quite as bad as you're making out necessarily, but I can understand your reservations. Certainly, Grabella. I mean, certainly you can understand those anxieties as well, given what we've gone through. So will you submit to Alara trying to help you with your memories? And in exchange, aid Maginox in preserving Tapio and resisting the Illumi and their allies?
I will, under one condition.
What's that?
Once we find out the truth about the Illumi, and if they are still alive, then you allow me to bring those that have changed our memories to justice.
What is your definition of justice in this moment?
Subject to change. If we can recover the true memories of my people, ones that have not been sullied, damaged by Vanix, whoever might be meddling with them, if they can be recovered, a hand would not be. Though if they are unrecoverable, if everything I remember I was sworn to keep has been irrevocably tarnished. And I would require a stronger punishment. Something possibly even worse than death.
Why don't we get together after we have answers and talk about it at least?
I'm willing to concede that we can discuss the fitting punishment at a later date. And I agree with you that the parties would need to be punished.
Yeah, that much. Yeah.
Is that sufficient?
It is.
Very well.
Then go and beseech the ones who have put me in this mirror for freedom. I will do everything in my power to ensure that the future of my people persists. I will aid you in what you need. I will tell you everything I know about Illumi. Though it may lead you astray, my memories have been so...
Well, we'll see if we can repair them first. But already you've given us far more information than we had. We didn't even have a name.
You have everything.
Well, we have a name. Like, we still just have a name.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And until we know for sure, Grabella, I cannot free your mother. Too many outside forces at work. Many things that might damage her memory. You know what it is like to forget the lives of lost in the transition. I've wanted to prevent that for my people.
Probably for the best right now. I don't know how happy I am with the decision she made for me.
I do hope in my heart of hearts that her memories of you are untainted. They loved you. But she loved Arctis as well.
Grabella just kind of gets quiet and nods.
In time, you can regain those fond memories that cruel Tao wish has taken from you.
Maybe.
Narcissa stands up and kind of waves you off. I hope our next meeting will be outside of this place.
Hope so. Thank you, Narcissa, for meeting us.
I'm what you would call a captive audience. The sentiment is noted.
Adumtis.
That is where we will end the session for today, as you have come to an accord with Narcissa, and you have informed her that it's possible she has been manipulated, her memories tarnished, and that she does not remember what truly has transpired in history. What is a crueler fate? For Grabella to not remember her lives every time she dies and resurrects? Or to live on with memories that are false? We will find out next week. That will be the end for Arctis today. And you will beseech Narcissa's captors, for freedom, and allow the Baelnorn, she had called. To walk the lands of Arctis once again. That is it for today, everybody. And Rain, that is actually, you know what? I want an Arcana check from Rain before we end this.
The liches don't exist.
However,
Have you or
Let's see if
somebody you
Baelnorns
know had
exist.
your memories manipulated? If so, you may be entitled to compensation.
goddamn.
Baelnorns can exist.
Baelnorns
Oh,
can
that makes
exist.
that makes so much more sense. Of course. Of course it does.
I will give you some history about that, but that is something that we have also already discussed, so I'm sure Rain knows just what Narcissa got in that book. And the ritual to become one has been performed. And although Narcissa is technically undead, and Baelnorns are often seen as lich types that live on eternally, they are keepers of memory, especially to them, and often live nomadically, and sometimes even reject society, as they are seen as, well, not living anymore. They're very complicated creatures. We'll discuss that in between sessions. For now, the rest of you are free to go. Thank you for playing some D&D with me. We will resume next week. Same time, same place. Sound good, everybody?
Right.
Hey guys, we accomplished something. I thought it was going to be touch and go there.
We have demonstrated that the motto of ignore your problems until they become opportunities is very much in effect.
That is literally that is Kozlo's like ethos, I feel like, even if he doesn't fully understand it in those words.
Don't worry about that later.
Yeah.
We will work all night to make sure that no work gets done.
That's like a Kozlo LinkedIn influencer post right there.
Working hard so I don't have to. All right, everybody, you are free to go. Thanks for playing, and I will see you next week.
Yeah, thanks, y'all.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
All right, chat. Hello, everybody, etc. What's up, Yamina? What's going on? How's everybody doing? Mike Kanon, welcome to the chat. Thanks for hanging out. That is it for Arctis today. Who is doing the voices? So I'll do a couple shout outs here. I'll do shout out Devolor. He is the voice of Kozlo. And then Cherry Babam, the voice of Rebella. Get her Twitch. The rest of my players do not have Twitches. They are just what you would call normies. just good people. There we go. I got Cherry's site. And shout out. Want to hear myself? For Cherry Babam. Oh, I have to wait 1 minute, 6 seconds before giving another shout out. Okay. Well, this is Cherry's Twitch. Wangdoodle, Rain, and C-Swab are not streaming. They're good friends of everybody here. And we love everybody. Cat Toe Beans on Discord. I'm going. I'm ready. This has been the culmination of many sessions, as these players have encountered Narcissa literally 2 seasons ago. And finally, her true lore is unraveling. Has the Keeper of Memory been lied to this whole time? Have her memories been altered? and have caused her to go on this crusade. Evil. We'll find out as things are unraveling and the truth is being revealed. We stream here on twitch.tv/Zarina at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific, and we go till 9 o'clock p.m. Pacific. We went a little bit over, but I wanted to wrap up that session. If you missed any part of the show, you can go to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/ArctisDD. Catch up on all of our VODs. We post funny parts of our sessions over on Twitter, TikTok, and Blue Sky. If you just want to catch 1-minute clips, you can get a laugh out of them, and come watch us for the whole VODs. We are a part dramatic, part comedy, part role-playing, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, just your classic D&D friends having a good time. Not really a good memory keeper, not if you are influenced by powerful outside forces who want to manipulate your memory for reasons yet unrevealed. Drama. Lore. Everything is culminating. Everything is starting to make sense. It's that guy with the pictures on the back wall and he's pointing at them because everything is connected. It's a conspiracy theory. It's that meme. It's literally happening. I'm your DM Zarina. Thank you for hanging out today. Shout out to all of you. I love you all. Thank you for hanging out. I greatly appreciate it. Give our YouTube a follow, like, and subscribe. We are a small YouTube channel, so everything that you do for us is greatly appreciated. Or just give us a follow here. I will see you back next week on Monday, 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific, for some more Arctis. Thank you for hanging out. Have a great week, everybody. And I hope to see you next time.